Hello, Flosstube. How are you? It's me, Tracy, with Tracy Stitches here on Flosstube, and on Instagram, I'm Wow Princess. It's been a while since I've checked in. I think I last updated my Flosstube around the beginning of May, and even that recording had been since like the middle of April because I had forgot to post. Anyway, so it's been almost 3 months probably since I've actually done a true update. And so I thought, well, okay, 3-day weekend, let's do an update. So I have a little bit of haul to share. I have a finish. I have some progress on WhipGo, and then plans for July. So probably not another long video. I've probably been on the struggle bus a little bit with my stitching, and because of my WhipGo, and we'll talk about that as I kind of get into it. But anyway, I hope everybody is doing good. I hope staying healthy. And yeah, so let's get into some stitching, shall we? So we'll start with some haul. So back on Nashville Market, yeah, I had pre-ordered this heart and hand chart, the heartware, and with the bowl, with the little rib bowl. And this bowl, you guys, I don't know if you got it or not, but if you didn't get it, this bowl is just so cute. So anyway, that finally came just in the last couple of weeks. I had pre-ordered from Crazy Annie's, and I guess the demand on the bowl had been higher than anybody anticipated because these were all made by hand, hence the pre-order. So I ended up being in a second batch, which was perfectly fine. And so anyway, so those came in. And I'm also with Crazy Annie's. I'm in the 12 Days of Christmas Stocking Ornament Club this year. And I don't remember what I've shown, but I've already stitched number 1, which I knew I showed that. But I got chart number 2, chart number 3, chart number 4, and chart number 5. And chart number 6 was delayed for some personal reasons, so I don't have chart number 6 yet. And chart number 7 should also be on its way soon. So I'll be a wee bit behind on those. These probably will come into play on my WhipGo a little bit, hopefully as we get into the back half of the year now. But once I kind of start getting into them, I think I'll start stitching them pretty quickly. The first stocking I did, I took 2 nights to stitch. They're pretty quick stitches. So I'm not going to FFO them until I have a few of them anyway. I probably won't wait until I'm done with all 12 to start FFOing, but I figured I'd wait until I had 3 or 4 done and then try to kind of assembly line those and get a good rhythm going on them. I got a couple of Fabric of the Months with Brandy. I probably had 3, but I probably put the other one away, honestly. And I switched to her color club. I was in the neutrals. So this is 2 months ago. Last month, maybe. May or April. And I get a 40 count Verdal. I don't get 40 count linen. I get 40 count even weave Verdal. And it's this one is called Undyne. So that's pretty true to color, the glare. And then the one I just got this one in the mail this week, and it is called My Sunshine. And oh my, I love this fabric. It's pretty. There's got some variegation in there, so there's a lean towards orange in some spots, but it's a very nice yellow, and I'm excited about that one too. So find something to go on that. And then this last bit of haul is gifts. My birthday was a few days ago, and one of my friends, her daughter does, she has a machine that does engraving like in wood and acrylic, and they made me this acrylic thread keep with a sunflower in the middle of it. It's very cute. And then one of my other friends, she stitches, and she's on Instagram as Bossy Flossie. Her name is Sandy. And she got me this super cute sunflower project bag and a couple of sunflower needle minders. And these are both from the bag, and the needle minder is from Autumn Beauties. So anyway, super cute. And I have good stitchy friends. So anyway, so that's my haul. Not much really since the last time I have seen you. So, which is probably good. I need to not buy all the things, even though I want to buy all the things. So anyway, I did have one finish since I've seen you guys. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you have seen this too. But I got, I was scheduled to have this finished by the end of July, but I got a little antsy in the beginning of June because my WIPGO was kind of bringing me down, and I wanted something different. And this was going pretty fast, and I just wanted to be done with it. So I finished it. So let's see if I can scoot back far enough. I'm not going to be able to scoot back far enough for you to see it all, but I did finish it. And you can see, I'll come up closer so that you can see the ones I've done. I don't know where I was the last time I showed this, but Creepy, Pumpkin, Fright, Brew, Monster, Ghost, and Halloween. So this is done, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm gonna make this a bell pull. I found some bell pull pieces on Etsy that are handmade that fit perfectly with the Halloween theme. So I am going to order that and get this ready to go for Halloween this year. For those of you, I've had people reach out to me on this. This is a 24 count orange and tangerine banding is what this is. It's 8 inches wide. I did, it's 8 inches wide, 36 inches long. So it's a full yard. And I did 2 threads over 2 is what I did. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I did 2 threads over 2. You could easily do 3 if you want fuller coverage. You could certainly do 3 threads on this 24 count. I preferred the lighter coverage, so I stuck with 2 threads. But you could absolutely do 3 threads. I did pretty much the called for fibers, which on this banding, I could have taken the time to make a couple different, at least one different choice, like this thread right here. It's really hard to see. I probably could have picked a different color, but I'd already had all the fibers, and it was fine for me. For me, it was fine. So anyway, so yeah, the 24, and I think you can still get it. I think someone who had messaged me did find it. I'm not exactly sure where, but she had indicated that she had ordered it. So like I said, it's 8 inches wide. It's 36 inches long. That gave me, you know, pretty good top and bottom. I could have gone a little bit lower on the top, but it's enough to be able to put it into a hardware for, you know, for bell pull. So anyway, so I will FFO that before Halloween for sure. So that was my finish. Pretty happy with that. I had struggled on getting that started. I had tried starting that a few times, if you'll recall, and had a hard time getting it centered the way I liked it, had a hard time with the coverage, but I've had a hard time getting it stitched because I like to stitch in an 8x8 Q-snap. It was not working because it was just it was not the right size, and I don't like 6x6. So I finally configured an 8x11, and so then the sides were open, but that actually worked really well. So once I kind of got that set up, all figured out, it was good to go. So I have no new starts since the last time we talked. and I really only have 2 whips to talk about. If y'all recall my WhipGo board, I had put a lot of Snow Village and Halloween Quaker on them. And wouldn't you know, April, May, June, and July, 4 months, that's all it's been called, is Quaker Halloween and Snow Village. In April, 2 squares, Quaker Halloween. In May, Halloween Quaker and Snow Village. In June, Halloween Quaker and Snow Village. And in July, 2 Snow Village charts. So I'm getting a little bit burnt out on those 2, but I'm going to persevere because I want to get those pieces done so that they're done. And it's kind of my own fault because I especially on Halloween Quaker, I had decided that I was going to take the part of the chart that I hadn't done and break it up into 5 pieces. Well, the unfortunate thing for me is that I only had like this part of the chart done, like from here over down to this half medallion and over to the witch. So 25% maybe I had done. And I said, oh, I'll just break up the rest of the chart into 5 pieces. That's a lot of stitching in each piece. So the month that I had Halloween Quaker twice, which was April, I got behind, but I got caught up. June was 1 box of Halloween Quaker as well. May was a box of Halloween Quaker. So I got caught up with the April WhipGo stitches. I got caught up with the May. And then I'm actually still not quite done with the June Quaker box, but I'll show you where I'm at. I'm doing this on the called for fabric, which is 40 count, picture this plus murky. And you can see where I'm at on this piece, okay? Yay. So I have to admit that when I'm looking at this piece, there is no less than probably a dozen spacing errors. That's the nice thing about a Quaker though. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to be the only one who probably will know where they're at and can see them, but they do exist. And I just don't care anymore. I'm just at the point where I'm like, you know what? If it's not preventing me from moving forward, I'm just going to keep going because I want this to be done. Now, I just finished these houses last night. This took me way longer than it should have. I probably worked on this for the better part of a week and a half simply because I was not motivated. So that is the current part of where I'm at right now. The rest of what I need to finish for the June piece is going to be this little bat, these 2 little motifs, the cat, this half motif, and then this heart and this little motif. So then all that will be left on my last motif will be the feet, the pumpkin, trick or treat, the skeleton, this motif, and then this stuff down here. So just that bottom corner, I don't know, that may be about 20% of the chart or so. But the little motifs are going to go pretty fast. And even that 3/4 motif, whatever you want to call that, will go pretty fast as well. And then this one, this is just a bunch of back stitching, not back stitching, but single stitch lines. So those will go pretty fast. So that one hasn't been called yet. So all I got to do is get this little section right here done, and I will be caught up with June WhipGo, through June WhipGo, and be 1 section away from having that done. So that makes me happy. And I do love the way it looks, don't get me wrong. I'm just kind of tired of stitching on it. And the 40 count, I have to adjust my eyes every time on the 40 count. And I wear my glasses and I have a good stitching light, but every time it takes me a few minutes to get adjusted to the 40 count. So the other WhipCo stitching I've done the last few months is Snow Village. And I, between April and June, it got called twice. And for me, that meant I needed to finish the middle banner and then do 1 more chart, because I treated that middle banner as 2 charts on my WhipGo because it's double the size. So you can see I did finish that middle banner, and I did this one right over here as well. Okay. So This is looking really nice. This is a 32 count Petty Point blue and white Lugana. I love it. It's going to look good. The white is becoming a lot, but I knew it when I went in, so I'll get through it. And then luckily for me, in July, 2 Snow Village boxes got called. So that means 2 more. I have 4 charts left to go. 2 of them are in July. So that'll mean I'm down to 2 charts left on that piece as well, which is nice because then, I mean, each of those charts usually just takes 3 or 4 days, depending on how dedicated I make my time in the evenings on it. So it's not like it's an overwhelmingly a lot of stitching. It's just a lot of white stitching. So, but that's okay. We'll have 2 good finishes on those pieces this year, which is nice. Okay. So that's my Snow Village or those are my WIPCO for July. So I'll get 2 more of the Snow Village done. Be good to go. So for my July plans, I need to catch up on the little bit of Halloween Quaker that I need to do for June WIPCO. And then I need to do the 2 charts for July WIPCO. I also want to take time to potentially try and finish this chart. I started this in, I don't know, April, March, I don't know. Sunflowers Make Me Happy by Paula Rizzi. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then this is the name of the company. And I am doing this on 32 count fabric. It's by Fiber on a Whim, and it's called Presenting Lorelei Gilmore. It was part of the Black Needle Society Gilmore Girls box. I did the fall box. I didn't do the summer one, I think, that just came out, but it's the fall box fabric. And so I got that far on her. So I've got 2 more sunflowers on each side and then finishing the saying at the bottom and then the border. So really not too bad. So hopefully I can get back around to this and finish her. And then I think if I have time, what I would like to do is I would like to do a new start. Now I do have a new start space on my WIPCO board still that I haven't hit, but I think it doesn't matter. I'll start messing with you. Who cares, right? I currently only have 5 whips active. So I'm actually not overwhelmed with whips right now. And if I finish the Snow Village and the Halloween Quaker, that'll bring me down to 3 currently. So if I do a new start now and then another new start at some point, it's not the end of the world. But I've been kind of itching to do a Fancy Lady, and I've been kind of itching to do a Mira. And I have this not all the way kitted, I realized this morning. I pulled it out to talk about, and I realized that I have the fabric and the beads in the chart, but I don't have any of the DMC pulled. And it's a Mira, so it's pretty much all DMC. It is all DMC, except for obviously the beads, which I have that. My mom and dad bought me this as a birthday gift a couple years ago. So I have everything I need except for the DMC pulled. And this is the chart. This is Princess Eliana. And this is the chart that she created to include the 35 new colors. So I know I have all of those. So that's over half the DMC required right there. So I have that, and then I'll have to look at the other, I don't know, 20 colors to see what I've got. I'm sure I have them. I am going to stitch this on a Be Stitch Me fabric. It was a fabric of the month a couple years ago, not too long after she started, and it's called Nova. And this is a 32 count piece of it. So I think it's going to look really nice on that. There's that purpley modeling in it. So I think that'll look nice. So potentially have a new start. We'll see. We'll see. I'm really excited. This one is, it's unlike a lot of the ones that she's done. I love her mermaids, and there's a couple other ladies that I love of hers, but this one is just so different. I love all the colors, so I'm excited about this one. So maybe a new start this month. We'll see. We'll see. So And then I guess the only other thing to talk about, and I didn't pull it out to show because I haven't done anything with it since the last time I showed you, is I've somewhat UFO'd Bygone Stitches One Nation, and I will get to it. I will pull it out, but I am not motivated to stitch on it. It's a harder stitch than I want it to be, and when I say harder, it's not difficult to stitch. I'm on a 28 count. That's the easy part. It's just that it feels big and cumbersome, and I don't know. For some reason, I'm struggling with it. And so I've just decided for now to put it away. And I will probably pull it out maybe towards the end of the year again. We'll see. I had thought I would do one star, one state a week, but that was a lot of changing back and forth, and I didn't like that. So I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with it. I am going to finish it at some point. I'm not going to give up on it because I do love that piece, but just not motivated right now to stitch on it. So why make myself, right? So that's where that piece is. So if I kind of don't count that one as a whip, even though it is, I really only have 4 active whips right now. And if I can finish the Quaker Halloween Quaker and the Snow Village in the next couple whip go months, then which with my luck I suspect will happen, then I'll be down to just really 2 active whips at that point. So I have some new starts that I can do for sure. So anyway, that's where I'm at with my stitching. Really not much to talk about, I guess. I mean, I've gotten quite a bit of stitching done, not as much as I probably would have liked. I would have liked to have some of those stockings done, but I just have been trying to keep myself pushed to do the Whipco, keep up with that, and not let myself get sidetracked. Because that's why I finished the Blue Club Flippets by Lizzie Kate on the banding, because I was just wanting to stitch on it. So I'm like, I might as well just finish it. So I know if I start the stockings that I'll just keep stitching on those. So trying to make myself do my Whipco and then move forward. So anyway, that's all I have. This month is going to be a wee bit of a busy month today. I'm recording on July 4th, and I've got a couple of big things coming up for the month of July. So I'm going to be busy. Hopefully get caught up on all my Whipco stitching, maybe have time to do a little extra stitching, get an ornament in, maybe new start, finish some flowers, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll try and check in the beginning of August. It might go till September. We'll see what's going on. But anyway, I hope everyone is having a good summer, beginning of summer, and I hope the rest of the summer goes well for everybody. And we'll see you soon. Bye.